The public and police are seemingly powerless when it comes to antisocial behaviour caused by off-road bikes. My purpose in bringing this debate this afternoon is to seek action from the Minister, in contrast, I might say, and with all due respect, because this is an issue I've raised on several times, in contrast to the disinterest shown by the Crime and Policing Minister, the Right Honourable Member for North West Hampshire, in whom I'm very disappointed. And I must relay the feelings that have been expressed to me that the public is losing confidence and faith in the police's ability to tackle antisocial behaviour caused by off-road bikes. Now, there's no doubt about it, off-road bikes are being driven illegally and recklessly on our roads in my constituency in Easington in the east of the county, but also in the constituencies of many other honourable and right honourable members. And that's not just my opinion. I hope to show that the police share mine and the public's frustration because of the lack of powers that they have and the lack of direction from central government. The police, and not just the police in County Durham, are looking to government for the guidance and protection they need so that they can act robustly against off-road bikes causing antisocial behaviour. But sadly, the public is losing confidence in the police. YouGov, in their survey, routinely ask the public if they have confidence in the police's ability to deal with crime in their area. And the trends are very worrying, with 47% of the public lacking confidence in the police's ability to tackle crime, compared to only 43% who were confident in the police. Overall, the number of people who believe the police are doing a good job, this is nationally, I don't mean in County Durham, has fallen from 75% to 53% in the last 2 years. Now, I hope that's setting some alarm bells ringing. But statistics don't measure the trauma, they don't paint the full picture, the fear of uncontrolled crime, the sense of lawlessness when antisocial behaviour and criminality are allowed to go on without challenge and intervention. In Westmoreland Rise in Peterlee, which is in my constituency, residents have been left frustrated and miserable and in despair after their homes and vehicles were repeatedly covered in mud, deliberately kicked up by off-road bikes and quad bikes, driven in a fashion to deliberately throw mud on the sides of houses of people who were complaining, and also destroying local green spaces. A respected local councillor, Louise Fenwick, sums up the feelings of the community, if I may quote from her directly. Not only are these joyriders terrorising residents, but they are destroying Peterlee's landscaping and causing damage to homes. After years of antisocial behaviour blighting Shotton, I attended a packed public meeting, could barely get in the church hall, I might say, in St Saviour's Church in Shotton. And I can only say the community was left bereft. Residents fear reprisals if they report crimes to the police, with their vehicles often targeted for arson, a very common threat. When residents report incidents, they can face extended waits on the telephone on the 101 service, only to be told there's nothing the police can do. A business which we're all very proud of, but I'm not going to name in this debate, but I'm happy to share the details with the Minister outside of this debate, reports how off-road bikes and quad bikes threaten their patrons' lives, health and safety, yet the most basic remedial work is not being undertaken to prevent access to their land. I listened in despair when they said had they known the extent of the problems there, they would not have invested hundreds of thousands of pounds into their business in my constituency. The community know the solution: more police. The government will claim, no doubt, they're recruiting an extra 20,000 police officers, but this is simply not the complete picture. True, the government are restoring the 20,000 police officers they cut since 2010, but unfortunately it's going to take many years to recover the thousands of years of accumulated experience of serving police officers. Extensive and effective community policing and intelligence gathering is the key to addressing antisocial behaviour, and we're paying the price for a decade of Tory neglect and austerity when it comes to crime. In addition to police, high-quality youth, community and sports offerings can divert young people away from antisocial behaviour. Youths congregating on the street can be intimidating. However, they often have little option in my constituency because we've seen the decimation of youth services. I must also note it's not just young people engaged in antisocial behaviour, and it's not all young people, it's a small minority. But where they exist, we can see the community benefits of football clubs, of boxing clubs, of athletics clubs, of cricket teams, of cadet services and of youth groups. I asked the Home Office to produce a national police strategy for tackling antisocial behaviour and crime associated with off-road motorbikes. And the question was a direct ask from police officers fed up with explaining to my constituents why they can't pursue people criminally using off-road motorbikes or adopt practices such as tactical contact, which the Metropolitan Police use to tackle moped muggers. Officers who use these tactics do so with the fear they could be jailed or sacked if a rider is injured. And I want to highlight to the Minister the case of PC Edwin Sutton, who faced the sack, the loss of his pension from the Metropolitan Police after he was accused of breaching professional standards by using a dangerous method to stop a suspected moped mugger in 2017. After a nearly 30-year unblemished career, PC Sutton went through 2 years of anguish after the Independent Office for Police Conduct ruled he should face disciplinary proceedings. It took a tribunal to reject the IOPC position, ruling that his decision to block the rider in the circumstances was reasonable. And I want to quote the chair of the Metropolitan Police Federation, Ken Marsh, who said about PC Sutton, he was effectively thrown to the wolves. The request for a national police strategy for tackling antisocial behaviour and crime associated with off-road motorbikes is a call from police officers asking for guidance and protection when tackling this type of antisocial behaviour. Well, the government should listen to police officers who are fighting a losing battle when it comes to tackling antisocial behaviour from off-road motorbikes and quad bikes. Operation Endurance has succeeded, but seizing bikes does not always resolve the issue, with people causing chaos in our communities, resuming their antisocial behaviour after sourcing a new bike. As I've mentioned, when people refuse to stop, the police are frequently unable to pursue them, and those involved in crime and antisocial behaviour are allowed to get away scot-free with their offending. The Public Minister is fed up with reporting in this incidents, watching their communities blighted, and there not being enough police officers to tackle the problem. And I'm looking to the Minister today in her remarks to provide some of those answers.